What's up YouTube, it's MK and you're on MKswoosh. Welcome back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys how to ride a motorcycle. Yeah, so if your buddy's letting you ride his bike for the first time, or if you just want to learn, or if you're ready to buy a bike, hopefully this video will be very helpful for you guys. Something for beginners or new riders, how to operate a motorcycle, where all the buttons are, how to control it, this and that. So let's get started. Before I show you guys how to operate a motorcycle and show you guys the controls, first thing you want to do is get the proper gear. Just get the whole full-on gear. You can never predict when an accident will occur, or just protect yourself from road rashes here and there. So today all I brought with me, the bare minimum, is a helmet, a DOT certified helmet. I got a chest and a back protector on from Dainese, and I got my gloves, right? Bare minimum. Make sure you got some closed-toed shoes. You don't want your shoelace to be flapping around, so try to secure that as much as possible. Just pretty much the idea is just don't show any skin. Don't show any skin while you're riding a bike. Next thing you want to do is get yourself and your bike over to an open area. As you can see, I'm in an empty school parking lot. No traffic. It's big enough just to learn how to ride a bike. Before you hop on your bike, it's just do a quick walk around, make sure there's no leaks, any loose hoses, your tires are inflated, the basic controls of your motorcycle. Remember that everything on the right side of your motorcycle has to do with the braking and acceleration. Everything on the left side of your motorcycle has to do with the shifting, the clutch, and more of the technical stuff. So over here on the right side, you have your throttle. This is pretty much your gas pedal in the car, what makes the bikes go. You have a brake lever here. These are for the front brakes. And if you go down here, foot pegs where you rest your foot, and this is where you place your toes if you're about to brake and you push it down. And back up here on the handlebar, you got your on and off switch for the motorcycle and your starter. Over here on the left side, this is your clutch. If you have a newer bike, you'll have like traction control, power modes. You got your high beam, your turn signals, your horn. Then down here, you have your foot peg for your left foot, and then your shift lever. It's a big difference from shifting on a motorcycle than shifting in a manual transmission vehicle. So with the motorcycle, you usually have about, five gears. On this particular model, I have 6 gears. And the way this system works is that your neutral is going to be in between your first and second gear. I know that gets kind of confusing, but I'm going to try my best to show you guys how that works. Once you start up your bike, you're going to be on neutral. To get to first gear, you're going to push with your left foot on the shifter here down. You'll be in first gear. And once you reach a certain RPM, if you want to shift up, you do a full click up and you'll be in second gear. Notice that we didn't hit the neutral because we did a full click up. If you were from first gear, if you go up half click, like halfway through, you're going to hit neutral. On some newer bikes, you'll have a neutral light here. As you can see, I'm in neutral right now. If you don't know if you're in neutral, best way to do it is at a complete stop and just rock your bike back and forth, and see if it moves up or if it moves backwards, then you're neutral. There's a little picture here on my transmission. As you can see, what I was trying to explain to you guys. You have first gears down, neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So remember, to get to neutral, either you can get it to neutral from second gear or first gear just by doing half clicks. I want to explain a little bit more about the front brakes. Most of your braking power will come from the front brakes right here on your right side of your handlebar. Do not squeeze the front brakes. If you squeeze it, you're going to do an indo, you will flip, you'll high side, or it's very dangerous. But most of your braking power will come from the front brakes, and you're going to be using it a lot more than the rear brakes. So when you do use front brakes, I recommend to use like 2 or 3 fingers so you don't get the full-on grip and you're just like squeezing it hard. Just enough strength where you can slowly compress it and it'll slow down the bike. At the same time, you can also use the rear brakes as well, but it's not going to have as much stopping power as the front brakes.
Right, so
Once you find all the controls on your bike, next thing we want to do is have our gear on. Best way to get on your bike is going to be on the kickstand side. So once you get on that side here, what you want to do is rock the bike forward, rock it backwards, let it lean left to right. So just so you know the feeling of how heavy your bike is, so it doesn't surprise you. Grab your key, put it in the ignition, turn it to the on position here. Your kill switch is on the right side here, so make sure it is in the on position. Check if you're neutral, the green light up here. For the older bikes, you're not going to have that option, so what you can do is just rock it back and rock it forward. If it moves, you are not in gear and you're in neutral. So if you're ready to start your bike, you have your starter button right here. For some models, you would have to hold in the clutch and start it up, but for my bike, you don't have to. You can just press it and there you go, it is on. The proper way to grip your throttle is just palm down naturally, just grab it like that, because if you reach over and pull it, you're going to have a lot of room to accelerate, and you don't want that as a beginner, because you're just opening up your throttle and you're going to just speeding off really fast and it's going to spook the crap out of you. So just naturally grab it. As you can see, I won't be able to turn my wrist, my hand that much, so I'm not actually going to open up my throttle all the way when I'm riding. Especially for new beginners, this is a very important tip. Your first gear, you're going to push down on your shifter. So hold in your clutch, just like in a manual transmission car. Click once down. As you can see, I'm off neutral, went to first gear. Once you're in gear, release the clutch little by little, or feathering it, as some would say, and your bike will start to move forward. As you can see, I am not even using the throttle right now. I'm just slipping the clutch and it's making me go. So just do that a couple times till you get a feel for your bike before you start using the throttle. Remember, apply a little bit of brake, don't squeeze it, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna bolt forward and it'll be pretty bad. You might cause an accident. To get into neutral, press on the brakes. You're holding on the clutch, half click up, and there, bam, neutral. You can let go of the clutch. If you do a full click up, then you're gonna hop over to second gear. All right. So once you work with feathering the clutch, I wouldn't say master it, but once you get used to it, you can apply a little bit of throttle. As you slowly let go of the clutch, you feel your bike getting pulled, apply a little bit of throttle, and then you can let go of the clutch, just like that. And now you're going. Now cornering. While you're going on a low speed, like lower than 15 miles per hour, you can turn your bike as if you were riding a bicycle, meaning turn right, go right, just like that. Go left, right. But if you're going a little bit higher speed, higher than, let's say, 15, then that's when it gets tricky. You got to counter steer, meaning if you turn right, you will go left. I know that sounds confusing, but the best way to understand counter steering is push left, lean left, and you'll go left. Instead of having to turn the steering wheel left, you're actually going to go right, just because that's counter steering at higher speed. So I'm going to show you guys here what I mean by that. So push left, you go left, lean left. It's kind of hard to show while going at low speed, but that's the proper way to turn. So we're in first gear, clutch, shift up, let go clutch, and now you're in second. To go to first gear, clutch, push down, let go of the clutch slowly, and now you're in first gear. Other bikes, you're not going to have a slipper clutch, so be careful downshifting, because your back tire, your rear tire is going to spin and you're just going to lose traction. So try to let go of the clutch slowly when you downshift. Unless you have a slipper clutch, then that would help you. On the street, you're gonna have to learn certain techniques when riding a motorcycle. Rev matching. As a beginner, I wouldn't worry too much about it right now, but I'm gonna show you guys an example here. And to downshift, it gets a little bit more technical. You pretty much gotta, when you're pressing the clutch, you're gonna rev up your throttle so it matches the proper RPM when you downshift. So right now I'm in first gear. Let's get into second gear. And you pretty much got a rev match when you go down a gear. Just like this. And now I'm back in first gear. As you can, hopefully you guys could hear it, but the RPM jumped up a little. And then I shift down and let go of the clutch. And that's rev matching. And the reason to do that is just to reduce the slippage in your rear tire, because you got to match your power to the rear tire spin. And if you don't do that, especially not having a slipper clutch like I do on my motorcycle, your back tire is going to spin, it's going to have too much power, and it's going to spin and you might lose control. So now you got your bike going. You mess around with feathering the clutch, how to get a first gear, how to get a neutral, how to get a second gear, and downshifting. So just work your way around the parking lot. Don't pull the throttle too far back, just enough for you to go comfortably under the speed limit. So you get a feel for your motorcycle. Just like that. There you go, that's how you ride a motorcycle. I guess a lot more technical once you go on the street because you're going to be at higher speeds, but it's pretty much common sense from there out, except for the counter steering part. Just remember that to go left, you have to push the handlebar left, lean left, you go left. When I meant about pushing, you push down on it and you go left. Do not turn left, because if you turn your handlebars left as if you're riding a bicycle on the streets going at higher speed, you're actually going to rock the bike left, but then it's going to end up going right. That's counter steering. So this was just a basic introduction on how to ride a motorcycle. There are more techniques you need to learn, like how to corner, how to brake safely. This is just a basic introduction, just to show you guys where the functions are at, how to get up to first and second, third gear, how to downshift. Just watch other videos on YouTube. Just be safe out there, guys, and hopefully you learn from my videos on how to at least get yourself comfortable going on a motorcycle. And just be safe out there. Just make sure you wear your full gear. You know what I'm saying? It's a really fun experience, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and you guys are safe. That's about it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and that subscribe button. That's it. MKswoosh out.